That absolute beauty belongs to Michael Jordan. With Air Force One level authority and a custom design inspired directly by his own sneaker legacy, the $70 million jet redefines elite travel. Even LeBron James was reportedly left speechless the moment he stepped inside. So what exactly is hidden inside Jordan's flying palace that stunned even another basketball king? Let's break it down. There's a reason people don't casually refer to Michael Jordan's aircraft as just a private jet. They call it Air Jordan 1. It isn't a government aircraft. It has no ties to Air Force One, and it certainly isn't transporting the President of the United States. Yet, when it rolled onto the tarmac at Palm Beach International Airport in late 2024, the whispers started immediately. Many said it looked more presidential than the real thing. The story of this aircraft begins long before that viral runway moment. For Michael Jordan, flying was never simply about convenience. It was an extension of his identity. Every curve, every logo, every low hum of its engines tells a story of precision, dominance, and control. The $70 million Gulfstream G650ER mirrors the same mindset that turned sneakers into a global empire, basketball into mythology, and personal branding into an art form. According to aviation records, Jordan's G650ER sits at the absolute peak of business aviation. Acquired in October 2024 for an estimated $65 to $70 million, it represents the most advanced level of private flight available. The jet can travel up to 8,630 miles nonstop and cruise at speeds approaching Mach 0.90, roughly 610 miles per hour. To put that into perspective, Jordan can fly from Florida to Tokyo without refueling, a capability reserved for only a handful of aircraft worldwide. But raw performance numbers only tell part of the story. What truly separates this jet is how deeply Jordan made it his own. The tail number N236MJ carries unmistakable symbolism. The 23 references his iconic jersey number. The 6 honors his 6 NBA championships. And MJ represents initials that evolved into a billion-dollar global brand. The exterior alone is a masterpiece, valued at nearly $500,000 in custom paintwork. The aircraft is wrapped in a silver and black elephant print pattern inspired by the legendary Air Jordan 3 sneaker, one of the most recognizable designs in sports history. A bold white Jumpman logo is emblazoned on the tail, ensuring the jet is unmistakable even from thousands of feet in the air. This was never just a vanity project. It was deliberate brand architecture at 51,000 feet. As reported by The Sun, the custom paint alone approached $500,000, transforming a luxury aircraft into a flying extension of the Jordan brand. The same visual language that once wrapped his shoes now wraps a machine capable of crossing oceans in hours. That's why the nickname Air Jordan 1 feels less like fan fiction and more like an unofficial title. Step inside, and the grandeur only escalates. The cabin is configured to accommodate up to 19 passengers and 4 crew members, with enough space to transition seamlessly from an executive meeting environment into a floating penthouse. The interior features hand-stitched leather recliners, a full dining area, a lounge illuminated by ambient LED lighting, and a private bedroom that rivals 5-star hotel suites. Every detail is customized. Black leather seating accented with Chicago Bulls, red stitching, subtle Jumpman engravings etched into chrome fixtures, and carpeting patterned to resemble the outsole texture of an Air Jordan sneaker. Jordan's move to the G650ER wasn't impulsive. It marked the latest chapter in a personal aviation journey that began nearly 20 years ago. His first jet, acquired around 2005, was a white Gulfstream G4, later updated with the now famous elephant print design that instantly made it one of the most recognizable aircraft in sports. In 2016, he upgraded to a Gulfstream G550, which served as his primary aircraft for years and carried the same symbolic tail number. Flight data shows that G550 logged more than 49,000 miles across 62 flights, burning nearly 47,600 gallons of fuel and generating over 638 metric tons of CO2. Even for a billionaire, maintaining such an operation is a serious undertaking. Annual operating costs alone can approach $1.9 million for just 200 flight hours. The G650ER, however, elevates everything. Its twin Rolls-Royce BR725 engines deliver exceptional power and reliability, while its advanced cabin pressurization keeps the interior equivalent to just 4,000 feet, even while cruising at 51,000 feet. That means passengers arrive feeling refreshed rather than fatigued. Noise reduction technology makes conversations nearly whisper quiet, and the air purification system refreshes the cabin atmosphere every 2 minutes. According to Newsweek, onboard amenities include high-definition displays, satellite television, full streaming integration, and a galley equipped with professional-grade appliances, espresso machines, chilled wine storage, and a gourmet prep area designed to meet the standards of elite travel at the highest possible level. That absolute beauty you're looking at belongs to Michael Jordan. With Air Force One level presence and a custom design inspired by his own sneakers, this $70 million jet redefines elite travel. Even LeBron James was left speechless the moment he saw it. So what's hiding inside Jordan's flying palace that left even LeBron stunned? Let's break it down. There's a reason people don't just call Michael Jordan's plane a private jet. They call it Air Jordan 1. It isn't a government aircraft. It isn't connected to Air Force One, and it certainly isn't carrying the President of the United States. Yet when it first appeared on the tarmac at Palm Beach International Airport in late 2024, many whispered that it looked more presidential than the real thing. The story behind this aircraft began long before that viral runway moment. For Michael Jordan, flying was never just about convenience. It was an extension of who he was. Every curve, every logo, every engine hum on this $70 million Gulfstream G650R tells a story of precision, excellence, and identity. It mirrors the trajectory of the man who turned sneakers into an empire, basketball into mythology, and travel itself into a declaration of dominance. According to aviation records, Jordan's G650ER is the crown jewel of business aviation. Acquired in October 2024 for approximately $65 to $70 million, it represents the highest tier of private flight available. The aircraft can travel up to 8,630 miles nonstop and reach speeds close to Mach 0.90, roughly 610 miles per hour, fast enough to leave commercial jets trailing behind. To put that into perspective, Jordan can fly from Florida to Tokyo without refueling, a capability reserved for only a handful of aircraft on the planet. But the numbers are only part of the story. What truly makes the G650ER special is how Jordan made it unmistakably his. The tail number N236MJ carries deep symbolism: 23 for his iconic jersey number, 6 for his 6 NBA championships, and MJ for the initials that became a billion-dollar brand. The exterior alone cost nearly $500,000 in custom paint, featuring a silver and black elephant print wrap inspired by the legendary Air Jordan 3 sneaker. A bold white Jumpman logo crowns the tail, making the aircraft instantly recognizable even from thousands of feet in the air. This was never a simple vanity project. It was calculated brand architecture at 51,000 feet. As reported by The Sun, the paintwork alone approached $500,000, transforming a jet into a flying symbol of Jordan's empire. The same design language that once wrapped his sneakers now covered an aircraft, elevating the nickname Air Jordan 1 from a fan-created label into something that felt nearly official. Inside, the G650ER matches its owner's legacy with breathtaking detail. The cabin accommodates up to 19 passengers and 4 crew members, with enough space to transform from a corporate meeting room into a floating penthouse. Hand-stitched leather recliners, a full dining area, a lounge illuminated by adaptive LED lighting, and a private bedroom rivaling a 5-star hotel suite define the experience. Every detail is customized, from Chicago Bulls, red stitching on black leather seats, to subtle Jumpman engravings on chrome fixtures and carpeting pattern to resemble the outsole of an Air Jordan sneaker. Jordan's move to the G650ER wasn't impulsive. It marked the next chapter in a private aviation journey that began nearly 2 decades earlier. Around 2005, he acquired his first jet, a white Gulfstream G4, which later received a now-famous elephant print wrap. In 2016, he upgraded to a G550, registered under the same tail number as his current aircraft. Flight data shows that jet logged more than 49,000 miles across 62 flights, consuming nearly 48,000 gallons of fuel and producing over 600 metric tons of CO2. Even for a billionaire, maintaining such a fleet requires immense financial and logistical commitment, with annual operating costs nearing $1.9 million for just 200 flight hours. The G650ER takes everything further. Powered by twin Rolls-Royce BR725 engines, it delivers unmatched performance and reliability. Its cabin altitude remains equivalent to just 4,000 feet, even while cruising at 51,000, leaving passengers refreshed after long-haul flights. Advanced noise reduction keeps conversations whisper quiet, and its air purification system refreshes the cabin atmosphere every 2 minutes. According to Newsweek, the jet includes high-definition displays, satellite television, streaming integration, and a galley equipped with professional-grade appliances, espresso machines, chilled wine coolers, and a gourmet prep area staffed by a private chef. Beyond the engineering and luxury, the jet's presidential comparison carries symbolism. While it has no official connection to Air Force One, the comparison persists because Jordan's plane projects authority, exclusivity, and command. Air Force One represents national power. Air Jordan 1 represents cultural dominance. Both exist to move power efficiently across continents. The jet's first public appearance came in October 2024 at the Yellowwood 500 NASCAR race in Talladega, Alabama. The black and silver aircraft touched down for Jordan's 2311 racing team event and instantly set social media on fire, with fans dubbing it Air Jordan Force One. Aviation forums buzz over its elephant-print exterior and gleaming Jumpman tail as Jordan stepped out wearing his signature grin, dressed in black, exuding the presence of someone whose lifestyle rivaled world leaders. According to whispers from that event, LeBron James noticed. While LeBron's empire is vast, he does not own a jet, choosing instead to charter aircraft, a fact he clarified in January 2025 when denying reports linking him to a Gulfstream. Seeing Jordan's fully owned and personalized jet reportedly left him stunned, not just by the design, but by what it symbolized: total autonomy. Where LeBron values flexibility, Jordan values permanence. Where LeBron rents luxury, Jordan embodies it. That contrast made the Air Jordan jet resonate so deeply online. Its true power isn't just in its specifications, but in its message that Michael Jordan's dominance didn't stop at basketball. It extended into business, culture, and even the sky. Like his sneakers, the G650ER functions as a moving museum, a curated tribute to his past, his victories, and his enduring reign. Yet, what truly shocked LeBron and the world wasn't visible from a runway. It was what waited inside, a private space blurring the line between business suite, home theater, and palace in the clouds. When the jet taxied at Palm Beach International, jaws dropped, including those of King James himself, because what Jordan owned wasn't just a plane. It was a declaration of power, freedom, and legacy, designed not merely for comfort, but for storytelling at 51,000 feet. Long flights are designed to keep the competitive spirit alive, but beyond the obvious luxuries, what truly impressed those who've seen the jet is how Jordan fused cutting-edge technology with deep nostalgia. The entertainment system integrates satellite television, high-speed Wi-Fi, and full streaming services. Hidden behind privacy glassed dual 4K OLED screens capable of displaying live games, stock markets, or classic golf replays at the same time. The sound system was custom designed to deliver crystal-clear audio even at 51,000 feet, creating an experience comparable to watching a live broadcast inside a private IMAX theater. None of this comes cheaply. Annual operating expenses for the G650ER, including fuel, maintenance, pilot salaries, and insurance, are estimated at around $1.9 million for roughly 200 flight hours. The jet burns close to 500 gallons of fuel per hour, giving it the endurance to fly nonstop from Charlotte to Dubai. For Jordan, who reportedly earned nearly $300 million in Nike royalties in 2025 alone, those cost a little more than a rounding error in the balance sheet of his empire. This jet isn't just about luxury, it's about precision. Powered by Rolls-Royce BR725 engines, the aircraft ranks among the fastest business jets in the world, cruising at Mach 0.925 and climbing above commercial traffic and severe weather with ease. Cabin air is fully refreshed every 2 minutes, reducing fatigue and jet lag. A detailed Jordan, known for his obsessive focus on performance, reportedly demanded during customization. His jet is not an accessory. It's a headquarters in the sky. Aviation analysts note that the aircraft often doubles as a mobile command center for his ventures, from 2311 Racing to his tequila brands in Coro and investment meetings tied to DraftKings. When Jordan flies to events like the Yellowwood 500 NASCAR race or the White Marlin Open fishing tournament, he doesn't simply arrive, he lands as a brand. Much like Air Force One represents the United States, Air Jordan 1 represents the empire of Michael Jordan. Even the aircraft's registration reflects branding genius. By retaining the same tail number, N236MJ, from his older Gulfstream G550 to the new G650R, Jordan created continuity between eras, a subtle reminder of consistency that defined his career. Same identity, new altitude. When flight trackers show N236MJ moving between Palm Beach, Lisbon, and Anguilla, fans instantly know who's in the air. According to Celebrity Private Jet Tracker, those flights emitted more than 74 metric tons of CO2 in just a few months, figures critics often cite when discussing celebrity missions. Supporters counter that many of those flights were tied to business operations and philanthropic efforts, including hurricane relief trips across the Caribbean. Still, comparisons with LeBron James only intensified. Media narratives framed it as a symbol of two generations: LeBron, the socially conscious global ambassador, versus Jordan, the original sports mogul who built his empire brick by brick. While LeBron offsets carbon emissions and charters aircraft based on necessity, Jordan maintains a personal fleet that includes both the G650ER and an older G550 valued near $15 million, still used for regional travel. LeBron's public denial of jet ownership days after the viral graphic reignited fascination with Jordan's setup. Fans began calling the G650ER Jordan's Air Force One, and debates erupted across X over which symbolized power more clearly: the NBA's reigning icon who rents jets or the retired legend who commands one. LeBron's silence after that initial reaction spoke volumes. At its core, this wasn't about transportation. It was about legacy. To grasp why Jordan's jet shocked so many, one must understand how deeply his personality is woven into it. The interior customization mirrors the Air Jordan design philosophy, minimalist yet commanding. Colors transition from gunmetal gray to matte black, reflecting the duality of Jordan's public persona. Calm dominance paired with explosive competitiveness. A Jumpman crest is subtly embroidered into every headrest, while Air Jordan 3 elephant print inlays run across the bar paneling. Ambient lighting cycles through red, white, and gold, colors tied to victory and prestige. The private bedroom elevates the experience into something almost surreal. Featuring a California king-size bed, silk linens, and advanced soundproofing, the space is designed to echo the aesthetic of a Jupiter, Florida home. The en-suite bathroom include a rainfall shower, marble basin, and chrome fixtures engraved with MJ branding. Some reports even suggest a walk-in wardrobe section for travel attire, complete with dedicated storage for the latest Jordan releases. According to MSN's breakdown of the G650ER platform, the aircraft offers unmatched modularity, allowing owners to transform space based on purpose. While no public footage exists of Jordan's exact interior layout, aviation experts agree that this configuration places his jet among the most personalized private aircraft ever built, not just a means of travel, but a flying extension of Michael Jordan's identity. While no official public footage of the interior exists, the available configurations strongly suggest that no expense was spared. Every switch, panel, and lighting system can be controlled from a touchscreen tablet, allowing Jordan to adjust temperature, ambience, and music without ever leaving his seat. The presidential comparison isn't exaggerated, it's intentional. Air Force One is renowned for its multi-room layout, secure communications, and ability to keep a president fully operational in the air. Jordan's G650ER serves the same function, but for an empire of commerce rather than governance. It's designed for business meetings, rest, and recreation, often carrying close aides and members of his family office and jump management team. Security is just as elite as the aircraft itself. Sources familiar with his travel arrangements say Jordan's security detail accompanies him on major international trips with round-the-clock protection upon landing. Pilots are reported to sign strict non-disclosure agreements, and while the aircraft's registration is public, ownership is structured under MJ Air LLC, adding an additional layer of privacy. From the outside, the message is unmistakable: control. Jordan doesn't rely on airlines or schedules set by others. He doesn't book flights, he commands them. The G650ER allows him to depart on his own terms, land at discreet airports beyond paparazzi reach, and move between continents with minimal interruption. LeBron James approaches travel differently. According to Essentially Sports coverage, despite being worth over $1 billion, LeBron prioritizes flexibility over ownership. Through close associates, he's expressed that owning a jet doesn't make sense when a schedule is constantly shifting. It's a practical philosophy, but one that also highlights a generational divide. LeBron represents modern athlete efficiency and adaptability. Jordan embodies old-school opulence and permanence. That contrast explains why. When LeBron reportedly saw the first interior images of Jordan's G650ER circulating privately among athletes and celebrities, his reaction was said to be just one word: insane. Beyond the aesthetics, there's something distinctly presidential about how Jordan travels. His jet isn't merely transportation. It's a flying fortress of influence. Wherever it lands, in Lisbon, Costa Rica, or at a NASCAR race in Alabama, the atmosphere shifts. Fans gather, paparazzi rush, and aviation enthusiasts scramble to capture photos of the unmistakable elephant print livery. The aircraft doesn't simply arrive, it announces itself. One element inside the jet remains especially secretive: an executive suite compartment, a closed-off section rumored to house a secure satellite phone, a meeting table, and storage for sensitive documents and valuables. Some compare it to the communications room on Air Force One, whether fact or legend. The idea adds a mystique, reinforcing the notion that Jordan, like a head of state, operates a command center in the sky. For LeBron and many other athletes, that's what elevates Jordan's G650ER beyond luxury. It's not just wealth, it's sovereignty. Kings rule kingdoms, presidents rule nations, and in Jordan's case, he seems to embody both. But the story doesn't end in the sky. The G650ER isn't an isolated symbol. It's a crown jewel of a much larger empire that includes yachts, estates, and billion-dollar investments. To understand how Air Jordan 1 came to exist, you have to understand the fortune that built it. As of 2025, Michael Jordan's estimated net worth sits around $3.5 billion, making him not only the wealthiest retired athlete in history, but one of the richest celebrities alive, according to Forbes. Some estimates, including figures cited on Wikipedia, push that number closer to $3.8 billion, reflecting fluctuating valuations across his business portfolio. Either way, the scale is extraordinary. What truly separates Jordan from nearly every other athlete is that his wealth was built not primarily on the court, but after he left it. Over a 15-season NBA career, Jordan earned roughly $94 million in salary, a figure that seems modest by today's standards. By comparison, LeBron James is on pace to earn nearly that amount in just 2 seasons with the Lakers. Jordan's real financial dominance came from ownership, licensing, and brand control. His partnership with Nike transformed from a sneaker deal into a global licensing empire, generating hundreds of millions annually decades after his final shot. Add to that his majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets, sold at a massive profit, along with ventures in racing, tequila, endorsements, and strategic investments, and the picture becomes clear. The G650ER isn't funded by basketball nostalgia. It's powered by a business machine that never stopped growing. In that sense, Air Jordan 1 isn't just a jet. It's a symbol of what happens when athletic greatness evolves into lasting economic power, a reminder that Michael Jordan didn't just change the game, he built a kingdom that still flies above everyone else.